How's it going, everybody? Nathaniel from RCInsight here, and today I am reviewing the best LEGO set that has been made in many, many years. That is right, guys. The Spring Lantern Festival is just that awesome. It is, to me, one of the best sets that LEGO has made. The best set of the year, for sure, and probably one of the best sets in the last 5 years. This is absolutely just an incredible set. There is so much to talk about here, so I am going to put chapters in the description so that you can skip to whichever parts you may be looking for or want to see. I'm going to be going really in depth with this one. So with that said, let's get right into the review. So this set is the 80107 Spring Lantern Festival. It is a 2021 seasonal set. It's a part of LEGO's new Chinese/Lunar New Year line. This year is Year of the Ox, and so this set is one of the 2 Year of the Ox sets along with the Story of Neon. This set comes with 1,793 pieces, as well as a light brick, and retails for $160 in Canada, and I believe it is $120 in the US. This set has 7, kind of 8 minifigures, and is one big build. So we're just going to go through this as best we can, starting off with the minifigures. So I'll be covering the minifigures in this set in no particular order, starting off with our Asian woman minifigure. I think this is one of the minifigures that does a good job at capturing kind of a Chinese vibe to it. I like the hairpiece that was used here. I think it's really fitting and similar to hairstyles that you do see throughout Asia, and so that's a really nice touch. And then also the shirt here I think is wonderful. The necklace really kind of makes this feel authentic. The belt sticking through, I'm not entirely sure why that is. That's the only thing that seems a little off to me. And then the torso print, other than that, is pretty basic. But I like its simplicity. It feels nice. It's a really nice torso print, just basic white leg print. And then we get a orange version of the phone piece, as you can kind of see there, which I have not seen the orange variant of the phone before, and she is texting someone, which is interesting. Moving on to our next minifigure here, he is our photographer guy, and this is the one that feels the most decidedly Asian to me. Maybe that's being stereotypical, but this hairpiece is an excellent choice. It's really similar to what I see a lot of Asian men in their kind of 30s and 40s would have. The glasses are a nice touch, and I love the torso print here. It's just a relatively simple sweater print, but there's something that I really like about it, and that pattern continues around to the back. It just feels very fitting, and again, something very much like you would see an Asian wear, someone in that culture would wear. And the printing continues around on the arms, which is a really nice touch as well. Just plain beige pants for this guy. He is holding a camera, and this guy does have a 2-sided face. The backside here, without any glasses, just a regular smiley face, is a little more weird to me. I really like the glasses look. Then we have a male figure here holding some sort of drink in his hands. I don't love his hairpiece, but it's nice that no 2 hairpieces are the same in this set, and it's not a terrible hairpiece either. This is one of 2 minifigures in this set to have this 2021 torso print with a little dragon sticking out of it. It is a hoodie. I like that you can tell it's a hoodie. It's got the drawstrings tied up, and then the hoodie pocket at the front, and then at the back you can see the hood hanging down with some horns on it for the ox. I would presume those are the horns of the ox. So that's a cool touch. It is a shame that we get this torso used twice. So since I mentioned the torso was used twice, I will show you the other minifigure that uses the same torso. We've gone over the torso, so we don't need to talk about it more. So we will instead talk about, again, the fact that we just have a plain pants here, solid blue, just like we did with the other minifigure. I really like the hairpiece here. It's one that I haven't seen a lot. I know it's been around, I think. But I really like the long ponytail. I think that's awesome. And she's holding a selfie stick with the cell phone print again there on the 1x2 tile, which is a nice touch. I do like the selfie stick. Lots of people use selfie sticks nowadays. Then we have this touristy looking minifigure. He has a bowl of something, I don't know exactly what it is, and a spoon piece in his hand, which is really nice. That's a piece I have not seen before. Another hairpiece that I really like and I think is quite fitting. He's got the sash with kind of that fanny pack. You can see it around the front of his jacket, which has a zipper on it, and then around the back you can see the sash. just dark blue pants here, so nothing too much to note there. And then this guy does have that really weird puffed up like pucker face. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a really bizarre face print, but he does have a double-sided face, thankfully, so you can switch that out for just a regular smiley face if you so desire. Then we have this little girl minifigure who also comes with this bunny. I won't go over the bunny too much, just wanted to mention that it's here. So as for this girl, she's one of the 2 children minifigures we have in the set with the short leg pieces. This torso print has like a pony with the long flowy hair on it, and then 2 different arm colors, which I really like. I've not seen that before, so I really appreciate that. The back printing is just totally plain, which is a little bit disappointing. And then she has the pigtails hairpiece in black. She also has a double-sided face with a kind of open mouth exclamation, surprised by something. And yeah, that is it for this minifigure. And then the last of our minifigures and our other child minifigure here is this guy. He has a scarf on, very stylish looking. He's got a beige jacket with some sort of, looks like some sort of animal print on the shirt underneath. The dangling piece of the scarf is on the back there, and there's just some basic lines printed on the back as well. He also has the short legs. They are just green, dark green, and I really like his spiky hairpiece, and he is holding a lantern with that ox print on, which I will talk about a little bit later, but it's an exclusive print, and I really like it. His face does have kind of just a little smiley face, the eyes and the freckles, and he does have an alternate face as well with the freckles where he is sad. So in my opinion, that is it for the minifigures, but this set is advertised as having 8 minifigures. The box shows 8 minifigures, and there is this other half minifigure. He doesn't actually have a printed headpiece. It's just a transparent red headpiece, and he is more or less a statue in this set, so I don't know if it really counts, but he does have an exclusive torso print with some Chinese characters on the front, and then lanterns and a bowl of something there in the back, and just plain red legs. I think it's kind of cool, but I don't love this, and to me it doesn't count as a minifigure. He does also have the red hands, which I don't know if I've seen that before. But yeah, that is all that is to mention here. That is it in the way minifigures, so now let's get into the main build. So moving on to the main build itself, there is only one build in this set, and no side builds, no nothing else. It is everything you see here is the one build. It's basically laid out as a park, and so I'm first going to just give kind of an overview of this set. Then I'm going to go into some of the unique pieces, special features, and then I'm going to break down what I like, what I don't like, and go over the box, instruction books, give my final verdict. So the first thing worth noting is that this set has a 48 by 32 footprint, so 48 wide, 32 long. It is divided into 2 sections. As you can see here, there is the 32 by 32 square, and then the 16 by 32 rectangle. Both are their own separate base plates, and they only connect with these Technic connectors just in the side. They slide together. So something that is probably worth noting is that this set is in fact modular compatible. It has 2 Technic connectors over here on the left, so it can connect to your modular building display, and it would be a corner building. There are also, if I spin it around here, you can see there are Technic connectors along the back here as well. So like I said, this would be a corner piece in your city. It would not fit. I mean, you can fit it in just the length of your modular sets, but it would fit best as a corner building park, and it looks best as a corner building park too. I've seen some pictures of that. So this set has several different things in it that I want to break down. We have our main park area, and that consists of obviously the sidewalk out front. We have a wall that goes around half of this set, only the front-facing portions. The back and side here obviously do not have a wall, and it is worth noting that, as you saw earlier, the back and side are elevated by a brick. So this entire parkland is not built at the same level as the base plates. It is all elevated, and that is done for several reasons, but primarily to facilitate the pond in here, which needs the height to breathe to make it feel like an actual body of water. So that is the key reason this entire set is elevated off of the base plates. So this set does have several other distinct features. We obviously have our Chinese pavilion in the back. We have the bamboo and koi pond, the bridge, and the ox. And that is kind of the main builds in this set. It is also built in 2 stages. You build this entire section first, and then you build this 16 by 32 section last. So getting on to individual notable features in here, the first thing I'd like to point out is that there are no stickers in this set. So everything you see is a printed piece here, and they did a really nice job with some of these printed pieces. So some of the printed pieces that I'm going to point out to you here, you'll notice that those square tiles there are a printed piece, as well as one that is featured a lot in this set. You can see over here, that lantern there is a headpiece that's printed with an ox on it. Our ox's eyes also have printed pieces on them. The entrance to the pavilion features a printed piece, and the banners out front here feature printed pieces as well. The pieces that are hanging from those lanterns are neither stickers nor printed pieces. They are plastic cutouts, I guess, that just dangle. And then to me, the last and most significant printed piece, as you can see down there, are the fish in the koi pond. I love that so much. And so yes, this is fantastic. All the pieces are printed here. I love it. So zooming back out on this as a whole, let's first talk about some of the detailing that I really like, and then some of the pieces that I have not seen in a set like this before. So first off, I really love the pathways, the use of these gold bar bricks to create a pathway at both entrances, and the way they made these circular cutouts in the wall to walk through, very reminiscent of something you'd actually see in Asia, and I love it so much. I also really, really like what they did with the pond and the way they used rounded pieces and the depth that they added to the base of the set to give it a really rounded and fleshed out feel. The fact that it sits lower than the rest of the set like an actual body of water would is great, even just a touch with a little bit of sand around it. And then the lily pads and the bamboo are probably some of my favorite accents in this set. Just phenomenal. But you'll even notice if I switch here and zoom in a little bit, just some of the plant life and shrubbery that you get all around the set, like right there down by the edge of the pond. There's even a yellow frog that is under the bridge there that I won't showcase, but take my word for it, he's there. Little things like that that are thrown into this set. The lanterns that skirt the pathway all the way across to the other side here, the lanterns that lead up to the pavilion, all just so well done and thought out. I can't speak enough praise for it. I love the bull with the little nose ring. I think it's fantastic. There's 2 street lamps, one over there, and then one back on the near side over here. Both the exact same design. Again, just the attention to detail here is immaculate. One of the nicest sets I've seen in terms of that. Even just the little 1x1 plant pieces, both on the surface of the water and underneath the water there, are just so fantastic. Not enough good things to say. I love the way they did this railing here with, I don't even know how to describe those pieces. They're the modified 1x1 brick with kind of that swirly edge, and then 1x4 tile across the top to make this railing. I love that piece choice. Another piece choice that I really liked was the usage of these dragon head pieces from, I believe they're from Ninjago. You can see it there, just to add accent around the doorways. Little things like that are just really what makes this set stand out. Here's the best view you get of those printed ox head pieces. I really love them, and I switch it over here also just to showcase the additional bar-style windows that you get over here on with this wall. Another thing that I really like, another nice touch. Lastly, I'll just point out that the light brick feature is in fact within the ox, and so you just push up from his behind. Don't know if they thought that through. but that turns on the light brick, as you can see. So when we're talking about new pieces, there's several in here that I have not seen before. Some of them just in that color, and others are totally new to me. So starting off with some of the ones that are totally new to me, I have not seen the white shell piece that is used for those lily pads. That is a totally new piece to me, as are the pieces that they used to make up the shaft of the bamboo sticks, which also happen to be the same pieces that are used on the roof of the pavilion. So I have not seen these pieces used before. Another piece that I haven't seen before is that angled tile that's on the pavilion roof. It is new to me. I've not seen one that is that steep. That is a 2x4, basically sliced in half, because you notice it only has the two studs on the top. Some pieces that are certainly I haven't seen in this color before. They used banana pieces for the spikes on the roof there. I've not seen them in that blue color. Likewise, this dark red color for these pillars, as well as the Technique connectors along here. And also, barely noticeable, but there are also the traditional fence pieces hanging from the roof here in that dark red, something that is, again, I think a new color for that piece. The leaves on this colorful pink and purple tree, I don't think they're new colors, but it's very possible that they could be. Another piece that I think might be new to this year is those dangling pieces from the lanterns in the background, but I do not know for sure. Oh, the last piece that is definitely I have not seen before are these pieces that they used back there, those bars right there. Traditionally, I feel that piece would have been a lightsaber. This one has a connector on both ends and is totally uniform, whereas the lightsabers aren't, and so that is a piece that I had not seen before as well. So I think I've covered pretty much everything I want to talk about from a design perspective and a unique piece perspective. There's so much I could talk about because it's just such an intricate design, and I don't want to drag this out to like an hour-long video, so we'll leave it at that. But there are a few other things that I want to draw attention to before I go into the box and the instructions and my final thoughts. The first thing is that this set is listed as an 8+ set. That blows my mind. There are some really advanced building techniques used here and some difficult builds. Some of the lantern, like the string of lanterns there, was not the easiest thing to put together. The bamboo builds are not the simplest builds, and the roof for the pavilion was relatively complex. And so I am stunned that this is an 8+ set. It could maybe be a 14+ set. I think that would be more reasonable in line with the new Ninjago City Gardens set. I don't think it's an 18+ set, though. I mean, given some of the 18+ sets, it definitely could be an 18+. But this is absolutely a 14+ set and not an 8+ set. And so I don't know why it is listed as an 8+. I don't know who made that decision. Like I said, there are some difficult sections to build here. There are some more advanced building techniques utilized, like lots of newer techniques that I haven't seen utilized a ton here. That just, to me, make this not an 8+ build. And so be wary of that when you get this set. I do not see an 8-year-old building this. It is much more advanced and complex than that. So there are a few little things that I'm going to nitpick about on this set. There's a couple things that I dislike. The first of which, this is the first time I've ever been missing a piece. This 1x2 piece with that little stud on the top. I was missing one of them for the other gateway over there. That was a little bit disappointing. I'm also a little sad that the two sides here don't have anything other than just the Technique connectors to keep them in place. It makes it a little more difficult to move this around. I'd like if there was a brick that overlapped on both sides to help keep the connection between the two sides a little bit stronger. That is not the case. Another small nitpick of mine is these walkways feel a little unfinished on the inside to me, with just kind of the smattering of the 1x2 tile pieces and then a bunch of just studs sticking out. Something felt a little off about that to me. Those are very small nitpicks. Another nitpick I have here is those modified 1x2 pieces with the holes in them, the circular holes in them. I don't know why there's just two pieces that stand out right in plain view with those circular holes in them. They're Technique connector pieces. I don't know what purpose they're serving. I don't know why they're like that. And it bothers me a little bit. It just seems out of place and kind of breaks up the whole set. It's weird. It's weird. I also didn't love the assortment of minifigures here. A lot of them didn't feel particularly Asian to me, and I know that can be hard to evoke in a set like this. At least they all had black hair, but that felt kind of distinctly lacking to me, and so that was another little nitpick of mine. So now let's talk about the good. I kind of already covered this when I went over what I liked, but just the detailing, all the little things in this set are just fantastic. I love the Chinese characters, the printed Chinese character pieces. I love that there's no stickers in this. The bamboo build there is fantastic. The koi pond with the water lilies is a great touch. Like I said, I talked about a lot of this when I was going over some of the detailing. One thing I didn't talk about was the bridge. I really like the bridge. It's a simple build, but it's built on an angle, utilizing some of those circular connector plates, which is a great touch. The way the aux is connected as well, I just think is fantastic. Those printed aux headpieces are another wonderful addition, and I love the dangling lanterns at the back. It just has such a natural and authentic Chinese feel. One thing that I wasn't sure about was the tree on the right-hand corner here. Again, something that I really liked, even just down to the way they did the fencing. All these things I really like. The rocky foundation around the pavilion, yet another nice touch. Just so many positives to draw on in this set. So many little things that I like what they did. I touched a lot of them when I was going over the detailing, so I will leave my pros at that. This is a phenomenal set. I'll move on to the instruction book and box. So this set comes with 2 instruction books, one vertical and one horizontal. Both have the hard seam, which I really, really like. The first book has the QR code in the bottom right. It also has some art depicting the Lunar New Year festivities here on the second page, which I thought was a nice touch. And other than that, I don't think there's anything to say about these instruction books other than they are really thick. You can get the piece count at the back of this one and the demonstration on the light brick. And so that is it for not a lot noteworthy on these 2 instruction books. As for the box, it's in that typical $100 to $130, $40 box size. Horizontal print, not vertical like some of the other really big sets. You can see that it has the custom Year of the Ox print here as well, and it says the Spring Festival in the top right corner, as well as the Chinese Festival Special Edition. It says there. It's got the fireworks going throughout the set. You can see the minifigures laid out on the bottom right there. They're also on the top of the box. If you flip it around to the back, you get some more assortment of scenes from the set here, including showing off the light feature, the round pathway holes, how it connects and disconnects, and so how you can actually swap out the way this set looks. So you can make it compatible so that it's not as much as a corner piece. So you can see down at the bottom right there what it would be like if you had it flipped to the other side, which I think doesn't look quite as nice if you ask me, but that is an option to realign it like such, and then you have a path that just leads to nowhere out the back, and it's weird, but it's an option. And then it also shows a picture of the koi pond up in the top right, and the really colorful tree on the bottom right, and that is it for the box, guys. So I will now go into my final thoughts on this set. So I warned that this video would be a marathon, and I am going to have a ridiculous amount of footage to sort through when I edit this. But here we are. What are my overall thoughts on this set? As you already heard me say, I love this. I think this is one of the best things that LEGO has made in years. I lived in China for 4 years and just moved back recently, so I have a real affinity for Chinese culture, Chinese architecture, all that stuff. And I think this set captures all that excellently, wonderfully, beautifully. It is so well done. It will make a fantastic addition to my Chinese display that I'm setting up in my recording studio. This is just a wonderful set. All the little details, it all comes together. There's not space on this very large footprint that is wasted. LEGO I just don't ever recall seeing them done something like this with the park layout, the immense detailing, the seasonal theme, modular compatible. There's just on and on and on things to rave about. And yeah, this is just such a wonderful set. I don't know what more I can say. Maybe a few more minifigures would have been nice for the price point and the scale. But other than that, guys, you've heard my thoughts. Great set. Go out and buy it. This is my set of the year. If you don't have this, if you're a collector and you don't have this in your collection, I don't know what you're doing. It's one of the best LEGO sets of all time, and you're going to regret not picking it up if you don't. So that's my review for the Spring Lantern Festival, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful. I went in depth. I went over a lot. And so thank you for sticking with me to the end if you are. If you liked it, please click a like button down below to show your support. If you appreciated the amount of depth that I went into, all the things that I covered and talked about. If you're looking for more videos like this, subscribe so that you can see them as soon as they come out. I have tons of LEGO reviews still to come from this 2021 January wave, including the new Ninjago City Gardens, which is on its way. I also am covering the announcements so far for the summer wave of LEGO 2021 sets and much, much more. So subscribe again if you are interested in any of that stuff. And with all that said, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.